Stay tuned for Star Chat. Hosts DJ Young and Sarah will interview artists making waves in the world of K-pop.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Star Chat for KPI on KBS World Radio. I'm Sarah Jun.
And I'm Young Kim.
Okay, today we're going to introduce Lee Joon from the group Solid. So welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, baby!
What's going on?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Solid was this huge group in the 90s. Still very influential. Most of my friends are fans of yours. Can you tell us a little bit about the group, how you guys met, and perhaps how you guys debuted for those of the listeners who aren't very well?
Solid was a group that primarily performed and made albums in the mid-90s. We were an R&B and hip-hop group, mostly known for R&B, actually. I think when we debuted with our first true single, it was an R&B song that really caught the airwaves, and so we performed as a trio, doing a lot of like live singing and a lot of R&B, and I think we were known as a live singing group at the time. So,
well, how did you guys meet each other?
We met during. I met one of the group members, the singer. We met at the library when I was in high school. Yeah, so there was this guy that I would watch during studying. He would be like off to the side dancing in the library. He'd be like dancing down the stairs, down the hall, and I'm like, who is this guy? Did he
had like a Walkman that was providing the music? Or?
Oh yeah. He wasn't just like some
just music in his head.
He always had music in playing, and he was always dancing. He loved to dance. He loved to sing, and I became friends with him. Invited him to my church. I was going at the time to church with the other group member, Jay, and eventually we all became friends.
Oh, okay, so how did you guys actually debut in K-pop then?
That's an interesting story. We had in our neighborhood, we lived in Orange County, California, and in our neighborhood we had 3 friends that were actually already singers in another country, Taiwan.
Well, can you tell us who they were? Because this band is pretty popular as well.
This band is very popular. Was kind of like, I guess, our equal of the time. Of course, they preceded us, but they were called LA Boys.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like us. They were from the States, performing in their mother country, and they were hugely popular. And through them, I was introduced to the world of entertainment and performance. And so we went to one of their sessions. We just happened to be friends with him back in the States. And we went to one of their studio sessions, recording sessions in America. And the 3 of us went, the Solid members went. And during the recording break, one of us, I think it was George, he busted out an acapella. And we followed with like a harmony, and just for fun sang, and the manager took notice of that, and said, "Hey, you guys aren't bad. Like, why don't you make a demo tape?"
Wow.
And we were like, "What? I don't know." And we didn't really believe her at first, but eventually we set up a demo tape, made it, and later on, about 3 months later, we forgot about it, and the manager came back and said, we want to sign you, but not as a Korean group, but as a Taiwanese group. You're going to sort of pretend that you're Taiwanese.
Really?
Add a 4th member, and then we'll make it believable by having a 4th member who actually spoke Chinese. So for about 3 months or so, we were actually trying to pick out a 4th member who could actually speak Chinese and sing. It was really difficult at the time to find a 4th member. So in the end, we kind of got thinking, if Taiwan wants us, and if they want us that bad that we're going to actually, kind of pretend that we're Chinese, maybe our own country would actually like us. So we ended up sending the same demo tape to someone in Korea, and that's when someone contacted us, and that's how it kind of started. Yeah.
Wow.
That's really interesting. Did you guys like practice beforehand, or just impromptu? It just all of a sudden happened?
You mean during that break time in the studio?
Right.
No, it was not. It was a total impromptu. We just kind of sort of sang along with George, and I guess they liked what we did.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so it was a serendipitous moment there.
It
So you
was.
said they were popular in Taiwan.
They were extremely popular. They're kind of like what Seotaeji
Oh,
is
wow,
to Korea,
okay.
to Taiwan.
Yeah, LA boys, they were big in Taiwan. Not only that, they were big amongst the Korean American and also the Asian community in
That's
Los
correct.
Angeles as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you guys like grew up in LA.
Yeah.
How much Korean did you guys know?
Well, the two members, myself and Jay, were born in Korea.
Okay.
We both immigrated to the States around the same time, around 1980. So we went to elementary school here just briefly. So we had that basis. Plus, our parents spoke Korean, so we spoke Korean at home. So
Okay.
it was marginally passable, I think, at the time. But
His Korean's actually really good.
it's okay.
He could, being from the States and all that stuff, his Korean's actually really good, I think.
Yeah, I could catch a cab.
That's all you need, and you're just
Yeah.
ordering food and stuff. But how was it, especially back then, like I think a lot of Koreans didn't have much exposure to Korean Americans
Right.
or like to foreigners in general. How was it being a Korean American or like growing up abroad and then entering the show business in a foreign country?
Right. It was. I remember it was very, very, very hard to even get a type of interview going. Even when we had an album out, no one really wanted to have us on because there was a strong bias against non-Korean speaking Korean Americans or Koreans for that matter.
Right.
At the time. They had this this mentality that if you're Korean, you should be able to speak Korean. And unfortunately, we didn't really fit that category. So there was a big hurdle that we had to jump through. And what was miraculous is after we sort of started getting popular is when I think the general perception of Koreans again towards like Korean Americans started to maybe change, in my perception at least. And so they started getting warmer and really accepting us. And plus, I think we really try to show our respect to the culture and to the people, because I think the common perception for Koreans here, the natives, was that Korean Americans come in here, vacation with money or whatever, and they have this sort of sense of like
Like arrogance?
yeah, a
sort
little
of-
bit maybe.
yeah.
And so I think there was a negative bias towards that, but hopefully we sort of
I
were
think,
able to change
definitely
that.
has changed a lot.
Solid as a former full-time artist and also a now part-time artist. Solid did really pave the way for a lot of young artists who are dreaming of becoming a singer or a rapper or getting into the entertainment industry here in Korea, and really opened doors, I think. Just really opened doors of opportunities for other artists, such as I could name anyone. I mean, Lee Joon, anyone from America, anyone from the Los Angeles area,
Right.
anyone from that lived abroad. Solid opened the doors.
Yeah, I really, I'm glad to see so many hubes or those that came after us that were able to really come in and really show their talent, because before us it was really, really difficult as a Korean American to actually break the ground to actually come in and perform. I mean, you're right. We can name a whole bunch of artists that came
Right.
after us that are in lots of famous groups today.
And strangely enough, you can't really name that many people or anyone at all before you guys.
That's correct. It literally, we were in a different time at the time. It was very difficult for anyone to do it, even for us. So yeah, I'm glad to see
I
that.
think nowadays there are even like real foreigners who are entering the K-pop industry. So I think that's just a testament to how much.
Oh, remember Mandugi or something like that?
Manbogi.
Manbogi,
yeah.
Manbogi,
Well, he was
right.
actually born here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he was foreign, right?
He was, he doesn't speak any other language than Korean, as I understand.
Wait, what is he? what race is he?
It's kind of like an insuni.
Okay.
I
That's
think.
right. Yeah, he was, I think,
So he's-
born of American parents, but somehow I believe he was left here I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Well,
he,
that's interesting.
yeah,
He was pretty big around the time, though.
yes, he was.
Well, do you think because of maybe not discrimination, but like maybe that's too harsh of a word, but because of that, do you think that the Korean Americans who debuted around the same time as you did, is that why you guys are so close, or like, do you think you guys like came together naturally?
The three of us. Are you referring to just the three of us?
Three of you guys, and also like with other Korean American artists at the time, or like afterwards.
Yeah, there was a sort of like a fraternity of people that we sort of associated with just because we came from the same background, being
Right.
from America. But the three of us, we were friends before, so it was
Right.
really natural for us to just get along, and we're still good friends. And I still talk to them. I just saw them last night having dinner.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So yeah.
Well, okay, so you guys went on hiatus, or technically broke up in 1997, just
Yeah.
4 years after you guys debuted. So why did that happen? Can you explain?
At the time we had been performing, and we were here for 4 years, and throughout those years, it was a very we had a 16 schedule a day type of
Ooh,
Yeah.
life. We slept maybe 4 to 5 hours a day, and really needed kind of a change and a break from that type of lifestyle. So I always promised my parents that I would go back to school and finish my degree. So I really wanted to pursue my degree and kind of live an ordinary, normal life for a while. And then also at the same time, I think the two other group members wanted to pursue sort of their own passions within the music industry and doing the solo albums and producing other groups. So we all kind of, I don't think we broke up. We never really said we broke up. We just kind of took some time off to really
Just on
do
a
our own
hiatus.
thing. Yeah, and now it's almost been 12 years.
Yeah.
But,
that's
yeah.
a long time off.
Yeah.
That's a long vacation.
Wait, so there's all this talk that you guys reforming.
Yeah, I know. I've been hearing that on the internet, and there's a lot of rumors out there, but the three of us haven't really confirmed anything.
Okay.
We are talking about it, but we haven't actually said we're gonna do it yet. So it's sort of like kind of just like a good rumor that we're amused to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was
People
funny
still
because
care, and they want.
I was asking him, "Oh, are you guys come back together?" And he's like, "Well, we never said anything like that, right? But there have been talks, there has been communication, but nothing confirmed yet." But
That's
before,
right.
this is a question that I kind of wanted to ask because this is something that's based on, I would say, the generation around that time. Now, before
Yeah.
you went on hiatus, was there pressure to kind of conform to the dance genre?
That's true. Yes. It just happened that the ballads didn't do so well. Especially, it's actually a seasonal thing. Usually, in the industry back in the days, when you think about summertime, it was mostly about dance.
Dance.
Yeah.
The wintertime, it gets cold. Everyone wants to feel warm, so it's like the rhythm slows down. It's about ballads, but it's peculiar. Our boss wanted to really promote a ballad during the summertime, which is really odd for especially a 3-man group.
Yeah.
So there was that sort of direction where you should do a dance song, but we did a monitoring test. That's what we call it, where we play the album in front of a controlled group,
Right.
and they all just kind of gravitated towards the ballad, 이 밤의 끝을 잡고. So at the time, we're like, if this is what they like, we should just give it to them. So that's what happened, and it just took off.
Right.
That was like the real breakthrough single,
Yes.
and that's what really made Solid.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And did you have the 8-ball at the time too?
That's right. Yeah, I did.
The little 8-ball came.
Right. So
Yeah.
actually, I was reading a blog, and they're like, I wonder if he still carries that around.
I know. Now I think I need it. I have a little. I need it now, but no, I don't know where that is. I think I left it here in Korea.
No, that's like a star memorabilia.
Some crazy
I
fan
know.
has it. They're like,
You know,
"We're
it
gonna come back."
actually got stolen once in our van. So
Wow.
The one that I had for the third album was a replacement.
Oh.
Someone actually came into our van and
Yes,
stole it.
Does have it.
I think I saw it on eBay.
I know exactly. I was like, check eBay for that. Okay, do you have any last words to our listeners?
Well, it's really great to be just in front of you guys and the audience, the listeners out there right now, because it's been a long time. So I'm really glad to be here. A little nervous actually, because it is one of my first broadcasts. So I'm just glad to say hello to everyone and hope everyone's okay. And if I see you guys on the street, if you see me, just say hello. I'm approachable. So other than that, thank you for having me. And yeah.
Thank you so much for coming out. Well, while we're waiting and hoping for a Solid comeback, or even if it's just a solo thing, why don't we play one of a song from Solid? Can you pick one for us?
Sure. It's the summertime, so why don't we do 천생연분?